Yo, what up? This is DJ Newmark, a.k.a.
Uncle New
from Jurassic 5, and you're checking out The Library with my main man, Tim Onicle, on www.rapstation.com.
Yeah. Early on, I knew I was a fan. Hum the ice cream truck, be holding mama's hand. Told him to turn it up in the dollar van. Nobody moonwalk better in they pajama pants. I used to try to tap like Gregory Hines. Lean on me, word for word.
Joell Ortiz's solo album, House Slippers, drops on September 16th, which features B.O.B., Joe Budden, Crooked Eye, Royce the 5'9", and much more. He's known as a Brooklyn MC, a member of the group Slaughterhouse, and will soon be considered a hip-hop god. I want to thank him for joining me on The Library with Tim Onicle on rapstation.com.
Thank you, man, for having me, man. And I don't know about the hip-hop god thing, but thank you.
Yeah, we got due time. So I want to start out. I mean, I know the original name of the album was supposed to be Yao, right?
Yeah.
And then you, after listening to it, you changed it to House Slippers because you thought it represented a kind of you being more comfortable with yourself. I've also viewed Yao as, for you, being something that's showing that you're comfortable with your audience as well as yourself. So I was wondering, is Yao a different persona for you? And does this mean that you might be retiring Yao?
No, Yao is forever. Like, it's who I am. I went with House Slippers because it's just symbolic to me being in the most comfortable place that I'm in right now. Like, with myself right now. I've always been comfortable, but not quite as comfortable as I am right now with the changes I've made in my life that have nothing to do with music. Like, getting a bit healthier and, not stop smoking cigarettes, and I stopped drinking for 2 years to bring, to just get into this whole different kind of mindset so that when I approach this album, it would be through a different set of eyes, if that makes sense. So I'm on stage now and I feel better. I'm putting clothes on and I feel better. Physically, mentally, it's just everything is so much more clearer and so much more comfortable that I just felt like House Slippers was the perfect name, because when I'm at home and I'm in my house slippers and a pair of basketball shorts and like a tank top, I'm the most comfortable. That's the most comfortable setting for me, and that's how I felt like I was in the studio this time around. That's how I feel in my own skin. So that's why I named it House Slippers. But Yawa, it's infinite. Like, it's not. That's not going anywhere. Like, it's my like road call. It's my everyday thing.
So yeah, as you mentioned, you talked about how this album is kind of very important for you, because as you mentioned, the shows have you kind of grown as a person and as an artist. So do you think your mission or goal as an MC from when you first started out, do you think that's changed since now, or is it still the same from when you first started out?
Well, my mission when I started was to go down as one of the best like MCs ever. Like, to be honest, like, so I feel that I've grown to this place, but I'm still not peak. I'm still not at peak. Like, I listen back to this album and I absolutely love it, and I love the some of the concepts I chose. I feel like day one fans will learn a little bit more about me, and be brought up to speed, and new fans will be fascinated by the person that they're tuned into. Like, it's so, like, my passion comes from rhyming well. Like it comes from like trying to have that rewind button used, when someone listens to you. Like, I feel like now, like, songs are easy listen. Like, it's hard to like bring it back for reasons that have to do with like lyrical content or like flow or metaphor or things like that. Like, I feel like there's a lost art, like, of stopping a record, looking at your boy or your homegirl and just being like, yo, did you hear what was said? Like, did you hear? I gotta bring that back. Yeah. I come from that. You know what I'm saying? So I think this album, I'm finding a delicate balance between that and talking to you as a mature adult. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's a kick-ass album, in my opinion, for those two reasons. That I found that line where I danced on, yo, damn, these songs are really good, but he's rapping his ass off too. Like, he's not compromising his art to, like, swing records in a certain direction, may it be for radio or like, television or things of that nature. So my mission has stayed the same, because I don't think I can I don't think I can be whack. So as long as I put my art and my craft in the forefront and kind of make that mesh well with good content and subject matter, I think I aced this album.
And that's something that you've spoken about with, I know in past interviews you've talked about how with this album you kind of just, you just wrote and wrote and wrote even before recording. Yeah. So I imagine also you were writing without a beat in mind or even hearing a beat.
There was already music in my head. Like, you understand? Right. See, writing for me, like, and I'm just learning this. I'm just learning this as the process goes. Like, it's always been therapeutic to me. Like, see, I didn't realize that until I matured. Like, oh, you don't just write rhymes all the time. Sometimes you write things to read them back to yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like that's my, like, I do my own counseling. Like, it's my everyday thing. It's like a journal. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of my rhymes are journals, and sometimes when I listen back to a song, I don't realize what was going on while I was writing it. You know what I'm saying? So I wrote around in my truck writing. I've sat in the bathroom writing. I would cut Sports Center off mid top 10 play and just put down a line. Like, it was just, as it was coming to me, I was jotting it down. When I got in the studio, with the Heat Makers and Hillmine, that's when I started being like, okay, let me hear, like, through my ears what I hear in my head, and then I'll try to make these things mesh. And it just was a marriage.
And we'll talk about one of the tracks of the album, Music Saved My Life, featuring B.O.B. and Molly Stacks. It's the second single you released off of House Slippers. I guess why, if you could elaborate, why is this song important to you? And was this the first kind of song that you completed? And and also, like, what do you think you would be doing in your career if music hasn't saved your life?
Music saved my life means a lot to me. The way it happened, how it happened, and what it's doing is all authentic. Like, for so long, like, I've noticed, like, being in the tri-state area, and having DJs as just supportive fans before anything, like, I've noticed that they've had a hard time, as far as radio goes, like, finding that place to play someone like Joell Ortiz, because my lyrics are raw and they are cutting edge, and they are pure off the block. Like, I couldn't shake that aura persona if I wanted to. So, like, where music saved my life, I was able to remain me and talk about something I would talk about, and the music matched me. It matched it so well that it was light. It's light enough to go to a radio, and then B.O.B. drove it home with him being who he is, like, as a person, as an artist, and it just, man, this record is going to do a lot. It's going to open up the second chapter of my career. You know what I'm saying? Like, it really means a lot to me. Like, and just, like, it's literal. It's literal. Music really saved my life. If I wasn't doing music, like you said, if you weren't doing music, what would I be doing in my career? I probably wouldn't have a career. I never was a career guy. Like, I worked at UPS for a week and quit. Like, no, like, that's not who I am. Like, I'm just not cut out. I admire, what I'm saying, people who can get up and go to work and have 9 to 5s and whatever, whether they're lifting boxes or working at fast food restaurants or waiting tables. Like, that's tough. That's tough. Like, I couldn't do it. So I don't know. Honestly, it's scary when I think about what I would be without music, because it rescued me. Because there's only one thing left. Like, if you're not going to have a 9 to 5, then you're going to go on the other side, right? So, you know what I'm saying? So, I frown at that part, like, to be honest with you. So I'm just grateful and blessed.
You obviously, watching Slaughterhouse shows and hearing you spit as a solo artist and also as a group, you obviously have this appreciation not just for rappers before you, but also like soul music and R&B and all this music. Yeah. So I always wondered, what was that one album the first album you heard that you kind of just like made you want to become a lyricist?
Oh, first album that made me want to become a lyricist. You know what? I would probably say Jay-Z's Reasonable Doubt album.
Oh, that's a good album.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, like I've listened, that's no knock to albums I listened to before that, but I think being from Brooklyn and being having those witty metaphors mixed with that no one can fuck with me aura, like Jay-Z made me fall in love with like, yo, the only person that has to believe that they're the best is you. Right, like, yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what Reasonable Doubt meant to me. Like it was just like, oh, this guy just doesn't give a shit what anybody else thinks because he just absolutely knows nobody can fuck with him.
Right,
like,
yeah.
I gotta be that. Like I gotta be that. When people when people listen to me, they gotta argue on my behalf and be like looking at the other person like you're dumb for even making me argue.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's what I was like, all right, cool. Like after I ran and just shot of that tape and then lent it to my boy and never got it back, I was just like, all right, cool. Joell Ortiz has to be cocky, he has to be witty, he has the unique ability to talk about that block stuff because he's around it still. Like I gotta take advantage. Like I gotta be this. Like I would say thank you to Jay-Z and that that Doubt album because it shaped early me.
Do you feel pressure to? I mean, you obviously you've come on the scene, and obviously everyone. I mean, you even before having any major label success or even an album, everyone has liked you lyrically, and there's like you go to a Slaughterhouse show, or you go to your show, and everyone's there's a lot of fans of Joell Ortiz. But does that mean do you feel pressured to always be on lyrically, and how do you handle that pressure? Man, God is good. I feel blessed because I don't, man, I really, 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 really know that this is God-given. Like, when I first fell in love with rapping, like, I never, ever was beating myself up to be doper. Like, I just ended up getting better, better, and better. Like, it was, it's not, I don't feel like MC skill set is something that you can work on. Like, it has to just develop from inward. You know what I'm saying? So I know that this is something else. This is somebody else's plan. I'm never pressured. I'm never pressured to find that dope verse or that dope line or anything because I'm just being me all the time. Like, if that makes sense. Like I'm not searching the galaxy for words that rhyme, and I'm not trying to figure out rhyme schemes like that shit. It really just happens, and that's why, like, I guess, like, I come off stage and I'll turn it to my manager, Dennis, and be like, yo, how was it? And he looks at me like, are you still going to ask me how it was? Like, I'm not, like, to this day, he's like, or I'll come out of the booth and I'll be like, what do you think? And he's just like, shut up. Like, but he doesn't, I don't think he knows that I don't know. Like, because I'm just being me. So I'm just like, yo, did I catch it that time? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, because I don't really be knowing. Something happens, man. Like, I black out, bro. Like, music is inside of me, man. It's inside my flesh. I had a real quick question about, you're a big part of this album and your as you said, your growing up process is that, it took you 18 months and you almost lost 100 pounds. You exercised, you changed your diet, you curtailed your drinking, got rid of your drinking. How did cutting down your alcohol consumption change you as a writer? Like, did you... because when you drink, you obviously all questions, self-doubt goes out the window, right? But when you stop drinking, you have such a clear mind. Did you change yourself as a writer? Did you have to like do a new creative atmosphere again or something like that?
No, you know what happened. To be honest with you, like it's so crazy. When I stopped drinking and I started writing, the only thing that happened was I just started writing about everything. You get what I'm saying? Like whereas when you drinking brings on like an alter personality sometimes. Like it just people say you become the real you when you drink. I don't say like that. There might be you can become braver.
Right.
If you become braver, you might say what you feel, and you might become more opinionated. Like you take the front line when you're drinking. That's all I think. But like who you are is who you are, unless you're being phony.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I was able to just write about the 24-hour-a-day Joell Ortiz as opposed to the 8 hours at night Joell. You get what I'm saying? So like you're gonna get like, man, I was doing writing all times of the day as opposed to like in certain social settings, like the studio or like, you know, in the house with company, like a music up, or like I would like you said, like I told you earlier, I was riding around and driving. I'd see like, you know, somebody wearing something or somebody express, like I just jot ideas down because I was clear all day. You know what I'm saying? Like I like a lot of the records I made, and I love work before the sober mind, but I also enjoy this perspective a lot. You know what I'm saying? Like there's a high that comes with being sober.
Yeah, no, definitely.
It's incredible. Like that, especially coming off being drunk. Like being a person that drank a lot. Like then you realize, like somebody who's never drank can never get the natural high as somebody who's drank and sobered up. I'm just telling you fact. Like you get them, like, you know, because they don't know the other side. You know what I'm saying? It's like when you lose, you need to lose love to know that you had love. You know what I'm saying? Like so, like now I got this newfound love with like, like damn, I feel good. Like I dropped something on the floor of my house, and I'm not gonna say, and I'll get to it later. Like I'm just gonna pick it up. Like you know what I'm saying? It's just like it's so dope. So you know, like I just wrote about everything like that came to mind. Like it wasn't in a certain alcohol-driven setting.
I want to have a couple more questions. On your album Free Agent, you have a track called Call Me. And on the new album, House Slippers, you also have a track called Phone. Are these similar stories for each track? If not, can you tell us about the track Phone?
They're not similar stories, Phone and Call Me. Phone is a story. You know what I'm saying? It's a story that you'll have to get House Slippers to listen to. But it's a story. I wrote a story, and it's called Phone. Like, and the word phone has a lot to do with the story. And you guys will enjoy it.
Right now, which track best represents kind of the mission of the album? And then it could be the same thing, but which track best represents how you are now in your personal life?
Say Yes. It's one of my favorites. It's one of those I was talking to myself things.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and that's I think I might have caught one with that one for me, like, cause I'm a fan of me too. So like every now and again I catch me and I go, oh shoot, you did you like you did that one, like and it's a really good introspective record. Like I like that record. I like what that stands for. That's what I stand for now, and that's where I'm at now in life. So say it.
What's next for Joell Ortiz? I guess after House Slippers drops.
I'm going to Hollywood. I'm gonna tour this album until the wheels fall off, and then I'm gonna take a month off. No, 2 weeks. I'll take 2 weeks off, and I'll spend some time with my girl, and then I'm gonna go to LA and try to read because I have this passion now to like act. I don't care what anybody thinks either. I'm gonna go do it because I'm gonna be good at it. Like I'm not gonna be a cheesy cameo guy.
Nice. New album, House Slippers, drops September 16th. The guest and the MC, Brooklyn's own, and soon to be, I'll tell you now, hip-hop god, Joell Ortiz. Thank you so much for joining me at the library with Tim and Kel on rapstation.com.
Thank you so much, man. House Slippers, 916. Appreciate you.
Quick question. Are you my brother's keeper? 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 Am I your 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 brother's keeper? Are you my 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 brother's keeper? Am I your brother's keeper? Am I your brother's keeper? And my brothers, I keep it close and I'ma keep on keeping. This shit done left music, we just fam now. Man, I done brought this nigga around who give a fuck about rhyming, gave him that look. See, I don't know, but that's your man now. My shooters is yours, extra hands out, but not a handout. Nickel, you had me feeling fly, feeling no fly. Walking through that Motor City Inn like I was multi. Goons on both sides, somebody sneeze, that nigga daddy wear a bow tie. And crook, I'm always comfortable on your side. Sauce, you a boss, horseshoe, what it do? C-style, hold your head, Trey D can't wait to meet you. And jump off, when that whole shit jumped off. But I ain't gonna name no names, but yeah, I hope that I ain't come off grimy. But dogs, I fuck them, nigga, that's why I never threw my gloves on. Needed to clear that up, cause that shit been really bothering me for dumb long. A nigga say something, I run in that nigga mouth. To everybody, you button, to me, you my nigga mouth. Are you my brother's keeper? 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 Am I your 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 brother's keeper? Are you my brother's keeper? Are you my brother's keeper? Are you my brother's keeper? What's up, Ortiz? Am I your brother's keeper? Am I your brother's keeper?
And my brothers, I keep it close and I'ma keep on keeping.
Bring the alarm. We set the world on fire. Boy, oh, chemistry you never seen before. We the four, well known plus worth knowing. You niggas is either or, even if we was poor. Never seen a tour and Eminem didn't put our CDs in a convenience store anymore. We can still hit the streets and score. I help us finance our dreams on a triple beam. Never bicker for simple things. Loyalty is royalty. With these shady royalties, I will loyally help you pay all your lawyer fees. It's much deeper than the art of rap. It's realer than me signing a few autographs, rocking my new slaughter tats. I was raised to keep it G's and snap starter hats and bury our enemies like artifacts. These are the facts. Like Chinese food in the fridge, we a cold combination. Slaughter, slaughter, my whole conversation.
Are you my brother's keeper? 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 Am I your 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 brother's keeper? Are you my 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 brother's keeper? Am I your brother's keeper? Am I your brother's keeper?
My brothers, I keep it close and I'ma keep on keeping.
I'ma be Mac holding, I'm cut this way, no matter where I'm at. It'll be black roses on Mother's Day, on their mama front door mat. You know I'm quick to jump in front of fire in the line of fire. You ain't got to ask what side I'm on, I'm going homicide. May I simply cease to exist if I should be a bitch, if you should die and I should stay behind. We actually a switch as far as passing you a chick. You get the alley-oop, you ask for the assist. This is a fact, it's more than rap to me. It's more serious than holding a loaded gap to me. I sold my soul to a bottle of Patron and my favorite uncle died of an illness, alky related. Then he stole it back from me and now he up in heaven like Neff. You owe it back to me. I was taught to too much talking to make you fall faster. My actions show that I'm real, I ain't got to broadcast it. I called you and said that I had to fall back, I had to recover, and here we are. That's for my brother.
Are you my brother's keeper? 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 Am I your 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 brother's keeper? Are you my 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 brother's keeper? Am I your brother's keeper? Am I your brother's keeper?
My brothers, I keep it close and I'ma keep on keeping.
The love I got for y'all goes unsaid. Was there when me and Shorty unwed. For that, I'm always down to pump lead. We formed a bond against the cowards. Only grew over time in the studio for hours and tours with no showers. In towns I never heard of was no small fort, but we was all sports. Slaughterhouse t-shirts and our ball shorts. Quick, all that other ish. That's just other ish. Love is love. We ain't even gotta discuss the ish. The part that's sick, G. My brothers love me so much. I think that punch hit y'all harder than it hit me. For the best in the world, I put an M on it. And if that ain't enough, I'm putting M on it. We back to hog tying beats up and stepping on it. Back on our old ish, just like Nino Blesses on it. Crowd screaming, the fans can get excited and oh, as far as that question, I won't even dignify.
Are you my brother's keeper? 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 Am I your 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 brother's keeper? Are you my 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 brother's keeper? Am I your brother's keeper? Am I your brother's keeper?
My brothers, I keep it close and I'ma keep on keeping.